you don't fucking tell me what to do.
Fuck you, Ben.
Fuck you, Bilal.
Being racist to brown people here.
Yeah, because I'm
and you're both anti-Semitic. What's your point?
Am I though?
What? Did you forget? Did you fucking forget I'm a minority too, you asshole?
And
of course you did, because you're an anti-Semitic shitbag.
Alejandro's part Jewish, so he counts as Semitic.
How is he?
Not religion-wise though. No, I remember that my dad is kind of Sephardic ancestry.
Ancestry doesn't make. How far back is the ancestry?
I don't know, but far back enough that you can go to Spain and get fucking like a recognition of some sort.
No, you're misunderstanding me. When was the last person in your family like Jewish? Not religious, just like had a parent that was Jewish.
No, it works a tad differently over here because of all the mixing and all that stuff.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that let me put it to you this way. If your dad was in Nazi Germany, would he be considered
Wait, how do we get to Nazi Germany?
Because that is like because like the lowest level of being considered Jewish, which was by like Hitler and the Nazis considered 1/8 of a person's being Jewish. So if you had one grandparent who was Jewish.
I have no idea. I may have some Persian on my mom's side too. Like it's some weird.
Right. To be fair, Alejandro was a brown person. I don't think he'd fare that well in Nazi Germany.
I understand, but you're missing. Like it depends. Depends. There were some brown people who were quite closely allied with the Germans.
Which brown people?
Not Mexico, though.
I'm not saying Mexico, but there were some fascists across the world who were quite fond of Hitler and Mussolini.
To be fair, Germany did kind of try egging Mexico on to start a war with the US.
They did.
Yeah, instead Mexico went to war with Germany.
Think about that.
Argentina had no problem with it. Listen, Argentina had zero problems with harboring Nazis after the war.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they also had a decent-sized Jewish population too.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Like this, bigger.
I mean,
here.
Germany had a decent-sized Jewish population also. So I don't think that's. Yeah.
No, I understand that. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, welcome to the Mixed Martial Angst podcast. I'm your host, Ben Cohen. Joining me today, we have Alejandro and Bilal. I don't know if you guys can
are we recording?
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, we've been recording.
We're experiencing some ethnic tensions right now. So
it's the war of the South African Muslims, the atheist Mexicans, and the religious Jewish New Yorkers?
Yes, and we all agree that Ben is being racist to us.
And we also all agree that you're both being anti-Semitic. Well, not you. Alejandro's being pretty cool to me. But Bilal is anti-Semitic, which is not a good look, Bilal, because you are Muslim. So I'm just saying, like, you should really try hard not to.
To be fair, I am also...
To be fair to my anti-Semitism, sir. To be fair.
Let me start by paraphrasing one of my heroes, Joseph Goebbels. No.
Alejandro, I am cutting out that clip and just playing that over and over again out of context. To quote my hero, Joseph Goebbels. And it's Goebbels.
Yeah,
like
but
a gerbil.
I don't. Yeah. Were you guys ever aware of that meme of supposedly a gerbil being stuck in Richard Gere's ass a long time ago?
It's a gerbil. It's pronounced gerbil.
Okay, gerbil.
But yes, I was aware of that meme.
Where did it come from?
I have no clue. I don't understand it, but I don't want to either.
Well, now we know that the real cause of racism is having gerbils stuck up your ass. So.
Well, yes, but only if it's Joseph Goebbels.
Well, everyone else needs to
Oh
make a
god,
People came here for MMA and are hearing whatever the fuck.
okay.
Right?
Okay, message to the audience. If you didn't figure it out by now, last night of fights was dreadful.
Although we did get Artem the Goat Lobov versus Jason.
I did not watch that fight.
I did, and it was actually good.
Oh god, no! Don't.
I'm not kidding. Jason Knight was using defense and strategy, and
I
it
thought
worked.
that would be legal in BFC.
No, turns out you're allowed to. Also, Johnny Bedford, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember him. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. He had a couple fights with Rani Yaya. One of them ended in a no contest because it was an illegal strike that finished Rani Yaya, and then he got submitted, I think, by Rani Yaya. But like I always
beat KFC.
He is 5-0 and just beat Charles Crazy Horse Bennett.
What?
Charles Crazy Horse Bennett is still active.
Well, apparently, because he's 0-2 in BKFC.
I read that he walked with his pants on his ankles.
He did.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
Because he's a crazy horse.
He is indeed a crazy horse.
But that's just complicated. Like, how is it? Like, he was taking like tiny steps all the way to the ring?
Well, I'm just letting you know that Johnny Bedford is also the BKFC lightweight title holder.
Oh, well, good for Johnny Bedford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you like the one hardcore BKFC? Like,
no, I watched it because I recognized both. I watched the Artem Knight fight because why the fuck not? But I also just whenever I see like a name I recognize from MMA, I'll usually watch their fight and see how they're doing. I haven't watched the Chase Sherman fight though.
Chase Sherman is in BKFC.
Yes, I think this is his second fight. Recently, he's also still fighting MMA, but he's been doing BKFC randomly. I think he just
He's getting paid.
He won.
Man, those people at BKFC are like complete like gallows shit. Like they just signed BJ Penn and Diego Sanchez, and they're gonna fight.
I don't know if they're gonna get cleared. I think they still have to get
cleared.
Shouldn't. Oh wow! So Chase Sherman's the BKFC title holder. He's
right.
He's 1-0-1. I don't know how that means title holder, but he's been fighting in MMA too. He fought twice already in MMA this year. He beat Jeremy May. Holy shit! Who remembers him from The Ultimate Fighter?
I don't.
He famous for having his Jeremy Jiu-Jitsu thing. He was talking about it.
What?
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu?
He used to fight at like welterweight or something, and now he's fighting at heavyweight. Jeremy May.
Oh, so
the only thing I took from that is the second coming of BJ Penn is gonna be soon.
No. Jeremy May is he's actually like a proper sized heavyweight. He's 228. He's not like huge.
But he wasn't welterweight, did you say?
I'm trying to remember if it was a welterweight or not, but
I don't know how you can be a proper sized heavyweight if you were at welterweight. Like what?
I'm saying he didn't just get fat. That's what I mean. Like he put a muscle.
Did he pull a Ramble?
He's huge. He's like 6'2" or 6'3". Yeah, he's 6'3", and he was at welterweight. That's why.
Oh,
it might be a middleweight. Wait, no, it was middleweight.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Actually, I think
he was lightweight.
He lost to Matt Brown on The Ultimate Fighter.
Was he the dude who got head kicked?
Yes.
Huh. I remember him. Well, I remember the head kick.
See?
I don't remember him.
See? I told you. Yeah, it was Matt Brown, and it was The Ultimate Fighter Season 7. I don't remember if it was welterweights or not, though. Hold on. I'm on the page. Hold on.
Matt Brown might actually be good at bare knuckle fighting now that I think about it.
I don't know.
Like he couldn't use his elbows, but like no one punches really hard.
Can you imagine bare knuckle punches to his liver?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
The answer is
I was just thinking about the clinch, yeah.
I know you were, but like I wanted to just like make sure you understood that it's not.
He's gonna get punched up there. There are punches allowed there.
Yes. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Before we go into the actual fight card, it was 2 weight classes. Middleweight.
Amazing.
It was middleweight. It was middleweight.
Wait, so Matt Brown was fighting at middleweight at some point?
No, a lot of times in the Ultimate Fighter, the fighters move up so that they don't have to cut the weight because they have to have like 4 fights in the span of like 6 weeks or three fights in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So they don't cut weight. A lot of fighters move up, and then you see that all the time where fighters just move down right after winning.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, so we're going to actually talk a little bit about the fights because there are some things that do need to be worth mentioning. One, Jan Blachowicz beat Jacare Souza.
And Chucky Olives is amazing.
Wait, no. That fight we're actually going to talk about. But the first thing I want to mention is, one, I tweeted that Jacare would prove light heavyweight as shit. He did. He proved light heavyweight as shit. He's 39.
Who did you want to prove that to?
Well, I meant it in the way that Jacare would. Who
is watching light heavyweight and thinking this division is so fucking fat right now? Oh my god.
I meant it in the way that Jacare would win, obviously, but
dude, you admit that we were so wrong.
I picked Jan to beat Jacare.
I mean, I'll tell you what happened. Basically, I did not think Jacare was that shot, but good God, is he shot?
That's the way
in a different way than Chris and Luke, but.
And Shogun, because you also didn't think he was super shot, and he was.
But Shogun is clearly shot. No, he's super shot.
No, you were saying no. He has skills, and I was wrong too. Okay,
he does. He has skills still. He's just physically a mess.
Yeah, he's so crusty.
Yeah, Shogun's problem is that his entire body has the durability of a paper mache dinosaur.
And Paul Craig has the power of your average pillow.
Yes, just barely enough to damage a paper mache dinosaur.
Yes, it was horrible. I'm not talking. We're not.
But wait. Just wait. Paper mache dinosaurs? Wait, who made paper mache dinosaurs?
You didn't make that in primary school.
No.
We did origami, but not paper mache.
Primary school, then. That shit was awesome.
I don't have primary school, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
It's elementary school. It's elementary school.
Okay, no, we did not make paper mache dinosaurs. Okay, but we're going to actually talk about the things that need to be spoken about. Paul Craig should have been the Mauricio Shogun Rua versus Paul Craig fight should have been a draw. Jacare's corner was stupid for telling him that he was for sure up 3 rounds when he clearly wasn't for sure up 3 rounds.
Didn't Jacare do 2 strikes?
Yeah, it was horrible. Jacare just had zero volume, and it seemed like he was genuinely I don't want to get knocked out, so whatever. All right, man, whatever. But Charles Oliveira, second knockout in his UFC career, second in a row, and goddamn, he's developed a sick counterpunching game, hasn't he? The guy is really
looking good.
Yeah, he looks
looking good.
Don't get me wrong, this was a layup for him, but.
It doesn't matter.
It was a showcase fight, which I'm fine with.
He's learning. He's learning. He's still improving, and that's significant.
In the world to Charles Oliveira because he just called out Paul Felder, the last dude who straight up fucked him up.
Yeah, but I don't think the fight is happening. Though.
Yeah, I'd rather see Felder versus Hooker.
That's not a bad fight. That's a fight that Hooker wins, though.
Yeah, well, if it's in the top 10, I have to pick against Paul Felder because it kind of feels like he's. How do I put this into words? It feels like he shouldn't be winning fights, but he's just tough and gritty enough that he can pull off the right game plans.
Well, that's exactly the type of thing that Oliveira needs to prove he can beat.
Yeah, but
Hooker is also going to be able to, if we go it's skill for skill, right? Paul Felder is ranked above Dan Hooker by 1. Okay, isn't Paul Felder booked? I don't know.
No, he's not.
Felder. Let's see.
I don't think he's booked.
You might be right. I'm checking before we do the fantasy matchmaking crap.
Trust my word, he's not.
You're right. Okay.
And then he's booked.
He should have lost that Barboza fight, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm hating on him, but yeah.
I'm actually interested in seeing the following: Charles Oliveira versus Anthony Pettis. Again.
Ooh.
Because that fight was fun as shit. And Oliveira probably beats Pettis this time.
Well, like to be fair, even last time I picked Oliveira to beat Pettis. I was just that
I
like.
did not. I picked Pettis.
Well,
That is
I picked
exactly the
him.
fighter he lost to historically.
Yeah, but like I picked him because like I figured that Oliveira could pressure him to the fence and actually start grappling exchanges, which he did. I didn't account for Oliveira like brain farting on the ground, though.
You didn't account for Oliveira brain farting on the ground when when all of his losses are brain fart losses.
I said I didn't account for it. Okay, not that like it made sense in hindsight not to account. But like the general dynamic up till that point was like actually that's.
Well, considering how many of that, a good portion of Oliveira's losses are submissions, maybe you should have accounted for it because the submission defense has always been a problem.
I don't think it's exactly his defense in particular. I think it just he takes so much risks trying to get his own submissions going that they'll just like give up certain positions.
That's literally what submission defense is. Like,
I thought you meant like defense,
putting
like
yourself in positions where you're not paying attention or not defending submissions or being like careless is lax submission defense.
I don't know. I thought you meant like Ben Askren's submission defense, where like choke is off on and then he still does the wrong thing.
No, I mean, no.
No.
There's a general submission defense. All right, but in all seriousness, like there's someone who pointed this out on Twitter. I really wish I remembered exactly who did this, but I saw this is not my original thought, like or whatever. But I don't remember who to shout out, so I apologize for that.
But you will take credit for it.
I'm clearly not.
Just take credit for it.
This is not taking credit by saying this is not mine.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm not taking credit for it.
They should have just said, I just had this amazing thought.
Yeah, sushi. They were talking about how Oliveira, when he landed the shot against Gordon, he kept his left hand, he put the left hand behind Gordon's neck and used it to circle around and he said he's seen them do that before to land follow-up shots, and it worked, obviously, because he knocked Gordon the fuck out immediately after landing the first shot that hurt him.
Oh, I know.
Really, really good. It was really good.
I know who did that there because like I was actually, well, I came across the same thing while I was taking a dump, but
you saw the tweet also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just say who it was.
We don't know. I think I.
Wait, give me a second.
I'm gonna find
out. Knows.
I liked it on Twitter.
I have it here. It's at Simon Amorim. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but at Simon at Simon AMORIM.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I don't know how to pronounce it, okay?
I'm looking for it. Just so that we can pronounce this dude's name correctly or something.
Okay, this is like the obvious.
Okay, the handle is Simon A. Morim.
Okay.
But the M isn't capitalized.
M is not capitalized, but it's easier to pronounce it that way. Simon Amorim. But like AMORIM.
What are we doing?
We're shouting out Simon.
We love you, Simon.
Props to you, Simon. Hopefully people...
Okay, that you can clearly tell that this fight night was fucked up because we have...
Okay, Andre Munoz versus Antonio Arroyo. Andre Munoz actually tried to win while Antonio Arroyo did not. Next, Wellington Turman versus Marcus Perez. This one I actually...
Oh, wait.
Who's Wellington Turman?
I don't know. Wait, didn't the Arroyo Munoz fight, wasn't that the fight where we had like the bogus like down knee to the down the point?
Yes. Oh yeah. Antonio Arroyo will be nominated for an Oscar.
He should be because he looked at the referee like I have been wrong.
I have been murdered. Look how tough I am for continuing.
That was a TKO finish.
It was terrible. Wellington Turman defeated Marcus Perez. This fight I actually want to talk about because a couple things. One, the fact that Wellington Turman's nickname is not Beef is pissing me off. Second,
Beef Turman.
Beef Wellington Turman.
Oh, Beef Wellington. I thought you meant like Wellington Beef Turman.
Absolutely, but he's Brazilian, so I don't know if that's like a beef Wellington is a dish that is common in Brazil. Secondly, I actually really enjoyed this fight. One, Marcus Perez. Okay, Here's the comments I wanted to make. Marcus
I do
Perez,
have comments on this.
Marcus Perez is not one of those like flashy dudes who has zero heart and zero gas tank and zero like he has a lot of things that are actually really important to making these flashy styles work. The problem is he's lacking the most important thing for making these flashy styles work.
And a good nickname.
No, it's seriously, man. No, it's solid fundamentals.
Well, think about it. Yeah. Anthony Pettis made it work, and his nickname is Showtime.
He is not. First of all, this is not 2012. Secondly, he's fighting. Unfortunately, it's middleweight, so it will work against a lot of people. However, against guys who will just be more athletic than him, in which case Wellington Turman probably was not more athletic, but of a similar athleticism level, while also being stronger and younger.
And yeah.
And two, like he'll lose to guys like Andrew Sanchez, who can just, out grapple him or like out technique him from the outside, similar to Wellington Turman or Eric Anders. Like he's going to lose to these guys because he's lacking the fundamentals that allow you to put the flashy stuff that he uses a lot to use, right? For example.
Sounds like you're describing Oliwale Bambos.
No, I am not. This guy's actually a lot better than Bambos.
How dare you, Ben?
Shut the fuck up. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult your bang bus.
Did you see that? Did you see that karate chop to the thigh, dude?
No.
That's some high level shit.
Jesus. What I mean is like look at the first round, right? He threw a lot of flashy shit.
He won the first round. He won
the first round. I agree. But he didn't win it really for me off the big flashy shit. He won it off like those really hard elbows in the clinch. He won it
by landing good shots.
Exactly. He landed some really good shots. And in the third round, when he was too tired to throw a lot of the flashy shit, and he was just like throwing regular hooks.
And that's kind of the main problem with him because if he's kind of the mold of that you see in MMA still, where fighters add a bunch of like flashy things to their skill set, but it only makes them tired. And it's not that they have bad cardio; it's just that they invest in things like have these wide motions that sap their cardio for no reason. Like
if he wants to land that flashy shit, he can. The problem is he's not disguising it with anything like a fucking jab,
exactly,
or a round kick to the leg, right? Like
they happen in a vacuum, and it's
absolutely. And when they happen in a vacuum, they're a lot easier to see coming, right? Like Turman was allowed to and able to avoid a lot of the shots incoming at him because he knew that he's not going to throw a fucking like. He's going to throw a jumping switch kick instead of just a lead leg kick or a jab or a straight. And the problem is, and you saw that when Turman kind of felt like he was safe from the flashy shit is when Perez was able to kind of land something like a spinning elbow that actually hurt him in the third round because he's like, okay, Perez is done with this shit. And then he just clocks him with a spinning elbow out of nowhere because when you take away the idea of this is what he's going to throw. He's going to throw a spinning fucking wheel kick with his lead leg. He's going to throw a spinning back fist as opposed to a jab cross. You're allowing them to try and anticipate that and then counter because these wide sweeping motions will leave you open. These wide sweeping motions will leave you gassed and off balance. That's what Turman was able to take advantage of. It's like Turman was like using beautiful head movement or a really, really educated jab to enter range. Like, no, he was like right hook, left hook, push you up against the cage and throw and use my strength to wrestle you to the ground. And you also saw like the progression of the fight. When he took him down in the first round, Perez popped right back up, was able to neutralize him and actually probably score better shots in the clinch. In the second round, it took him longer to get up. He was a bit belabored in his movements. He got hit with better shots. And in the third round, he was on the ground for a little while. So,
it's kind of one of those styles that diffuse, kind of like, I'm going to make a very loose comparison, but it kind of holds a little bit with like Savit, that at his base level, like he's a world beater, but he diffuses pretty quickly. And by the end of the fight, it's loose comparison.
You're not saying skills wise. You're talking about
I'm talking about like this. general diffusion of skill set. Like he starts one way, and then by the end of the fight, he's just not the same person.
Correct.
Just off topic, but why have we never really seen a teep into spin kick in MMA?
A what?
Because a teep into spin kick.
Well, we saw sort of. He did a teep and then he did a spin kick, just not one after the other.
No, but that's what I mean. Because I know when back when I started kickboxing, the day we learned how to do a spin kick was also the same day we learned how to do a teep into spin kick, because it's actually a good setup, especially if you back someone into a physical barrier where they can't move backwards.
Well,
because the teep gives you the space for the spin kick, and when you step down, you're basically in a bladed stance to spin anyway.
Well, you're not wrong about this, but this is also you're also under the assumption that MMA fighters are going to fight smart or be trained well.
Listen, that first kickboxing gym I went to was some it did not look professional at all. It was basically this upstairs of in a random downtrodden.
Your instructor was a multi-time world champion. I'm just letting you know. That dude used to teach fucking Burka or something.
I was saying it's in a downtrodden place. That's bad, Milan. That is bad. Yeah. You should feel bad.
Well, I thought it would be a basic combination. I mean, to be fair, it was this Moroccan dude who apparently won a couple titles in Morocco before moving to Africa.
I told you. And then you're like, man, where the fuck does this guy have a tiny ass gym? This gym must suck. I'm probably going to leave after 6 months. And then you Google and you're like, what the fuck? Why do you have a big ass gym in the middle of? It's great. James Krause defeated Sergio Moraes, and that kind of went how I expected.
I like that performance.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, James Krause is clearly going to be limited by his lack of athleticism, but
he fought so well. What's better is that he's an instructor now. He has a stable of fighters, and you can see that this dude has put a lot of thought into what he's doing.
Absolutely.
He's not going to be a world champion, but maybe he can train some.
You're right. Wait, isn't he training Megan Anderson?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. Maybe not the world champion thing, but still.
No, maybe not her, but maybe someone else. Someone that started much earlier.
You know what bugs me about Megan? First of all, I love her. She's great. Her tattoo work specifically needs to be shouted out because, for MMA fighters, to have a good tattoo.
Yes, she probably has a world championship.
But even one good tattoo on an MMA fighter, you're kind of wow, that's kind of impressive.
Well, fuck you, Ben. Pound for pound, best tattoo is the damage. Clearly.
Is the what?
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
The damage. How dare you?
Well,
how dare you mention it in the same sentence as Megan Anderson's
If you want to say, is there a single tattoo that best personifies the person who has it? Has that tattoo? You're absolutely right. Darren Elkins, 100% top of the food chain. 100%. I can't think of anything that matches it. And the font is fucking phenomenal.
The font is some kid scribbled with crayons and a sheet of paper. They were yeah, that works.
Right on his chest. Put it on your
chest.
How are his opponents supposed to remember who he is? Obviously.
Well, he certainly won't remember who he is.
You fucking asshole.
That's what the murder and his tattoo is for, Ben. Think about it.
What's my nickname? Oh, right. Man.
I'm gonna miss that. Well, I already missed that now. It's fuck that. I did not like him winning, but those comebacks were
watching him come back and take out Pat Wyman's boy, Mirsad Bektic, is one of the.
He is my boy, also. Okay.
Oh my God! I was cracking up for 5 fucking minutes. I legitimately could not stop laughing. I'm what the?
I honestly thought that fight should have been stopped before.
That fight should have been stopped at any point in the entire fight before that end sequence.
For both fighters, it should have been stopped. But going back to James Krause, because I actually have a lot of respect for him. The dude moved up in weight, and it was phenomenal for his career, clearly, because he has been doing really well since moving up. He had the welterweight bout against Tom Galaccio. I think he moved back down to for Alex White, and then he moved back up, and he took out both Warley Alves and Sergio Moraes, both by KO. Like, this guy deserves a step up because he's not so young. He's 33, and he's had a long career. Like, he's been fighting since 2007. So, like, he had a fight of the night with Sam Stout. That's how long he's been fighting for.
Ooh,
he fought Donald Cerrone in the WEC, and that was his first loss. And then fought Ricardo Lamas immediately afterwards. Like, this guy's been around for a long, long time. I would really like to see him get a step up. I'm not saying like a huge step up, but maybe someone like either just outside the top 15 or right inside. And considering it's welterweight, the even bottom of the top 15 is crazy. But like, are you going to tell me you wouldn't really enjoy maybe a fight with Gilbert Burns?
Yeah, I mean, it would be enjoyable, but I think at this point Burns wins.
I know.
I don't know. I think Vicente Luque.
No, Luque just came
No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Luque just came off a loss. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't mind watching Krause versus Nate Diaz, actually.
No, you know what? They're not making that fight.
Yeah, they're not making that fight.
But would Nate Diaz even win it?
What?
Would Nate Diaz even win it?
I don't know. But yeah, all the respect in the world to James Krause because like it's been really enjoyable to watch him fight. Ricardo Ramos, what a fucking takedown to back to submission. What a gorgeous sequence. I am going to break that down, I think, more in depth in either an article or a video breakdown with a friend of mine for thefightsite.com. Go check us out. We're actually I'm working on a couple of articles right now. Well, one's an article, one's a video breakdown. The article is why we don't see Orthodox Jews as fighters. And the video breakdown is the Khabib Dustin Poirier submission attempt by Dustin, why it didn't work, how he could have adjusted it to either get the submission or get on top and then get the submission. Yeah, keep an eye out for those. Francisco Trinaldo defeated Bobby Green by unanimous decision. I'm surprised. I actually thought Bobby Green would split or lose a split. But, there's an argument for Bobby Green winning that fight. Like, I don't think...
No.
At this point, I think the only way Bobby Green fights is that, like, do you think that he will finish a fight? If yes, then he wins. Do you think that he'll win a decision? If you do, change your pick.
Ha!
Yes, because, I can see why I did not think he won at all, but he did seem to be doing all those things that get him a split decision loss.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really care. I really liked Ronaldo, and I really don't give a fuck about Green anymore because, like, I'm just...
I love Bobby Green.
I liked him a lot, but he's not fixing the issues that he has to become a successful fighter, and that's why I just don't care anymore.
The problem is that, like you have to define what issues he has to fix, because when it comes to skill, like, there's obviously, like, a ceiling for him, but he's actually quite skilled.
Well,
the major issue is that, like, he will slip punches really closely and then, like, mean mug his opponents and shake his head and wag his finger. And, like, to anyone watching in real time trying to judge, that just looks like he got hit and is, like, trying to no silence.
Well, there's that, and also the fact that a lot of those punches are hitting him and he pretends they don't.
Yeah.
Well, like, not a lot like land clean. You'll roll it really close.
I'm not super in agreement. I'm not 100% in agreement with the fight metric numbers. First of all, they only. My understanding is they do it the night of the fight, and they do not adjust it. They don't rewatch the fight in slow motion to see if
they do that. Like,
so while they're relatively reliable, they're not like. I don't know if they're reliable.
But I don't know if they're like super reliable, but what we can say is that they all the entire sample of fights that they have worked in, like, they all have the same bias. That's what we can say.
So I think a lot of those punches landed on Bobby that maybe they weren't 100% clean, but they landed and weren't necessarily counted because he's doing the stupid weak finger wag or shaking his head like. But the problem is that he also did basically nothing against Trinaldo.
Yeah, because that's the problem. Like he doesn't do follow up.
He waved his finger really hard. Okay.
It's great. So you have the defensive, like even Bisping was like, it's nice. He's doing the don't get hit, but he also kind of has to hit back.
Yes.
So,
well, I mean, like he's not particularly low volume, even in his other losses. It's just
but
actually,
the combination.
Hold on, Trinaldo had a higher output than he did in this site.
Really?
Yeah, 120 to 115. Like Bobby Green's output is actually pretty low.
Yeah,
well, I mean, like even in a Draco close, like the outstruck Draco close, like I think 3-1, and then lost the decision.
Yeah, but
so like
Blachowicz is also a grappler, so I don't know if that's saying much. Bobby Green threw
anything in the clinch.
Bobby Green threw 7.6 strikes a minute. That is terrible.
No.
That's
not so bad by MMA standards.
That's actually really bad by MMA standards.
Okay.
That's really bad.
If you don't,
Tyron Woodley throws like 6 or 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that can't be. Okay, maybe I'm just thinking about these Wonder Boy fights, but like it doesn't seem.
Yeah, but the issue with Green isn't even like he's not. He has the output of someone that hits really, really hard. That's a problem. Like he doesn't hit really, really hard, and every time he's continually making setups that he doesn't follow through in. Like all of this, like leans and defensive maneuvers that he has. Like it's like the first layer, like, and then you're supposed to engage with a counter or move the fuck away or something, but he doesn't do it, and so he keeps opening like this massive gap where he keeps getting tagged over and over again. Like, and you can see him putting in the work, but it's just not enough. Like instead of like he does a lot of like bullshit work, which it's not like I'm not trying to be offensive. Like by bullshit, I mean like these things that, oh, you're not hurting me, I'm fine, and kind of like mind games and stuff, but they don't translate in him doing anything different at all, at any point. So he keeps his hands low, he gets tagged, he leans, evades shots, the shots that don't land, and then he doesn't follow through, and he's not fantastically offensive either. Like he works a lot with what his opponent gives him, and that's a credit to him, but he's always one step behind the things that he needs to be doing in order to win. Like he will give you very, very, very close fights with good people, but unfortunately he doesn't push. I don't even want to say the pace, like, but he doesn't push like your circumstance in order to sort of get ahead of this hump that always follows him, and that we saw it again.
I think what you're saying is he's not proactive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Also,
he should be.
I want to point out that Bobby Green kind of fights to the pace of his opponents.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be if you're gonna fight slower paced, you're gonna get a slow pace fight. You're gonna get low output out of Bobby. If you force him to fight at a higher pace, he'll fight at a higher pace.
Yeah, but he's not connecting enough. That's the problem.
Well, there's that, and actually, he connects a lot. He connects at a 50% clip almost. When he throws, he's very accurate.
Yeah, but when he throws,
that's what I'm saying. The problem is that it's very clear when he's fighting to his opponent's pace because he's always fighting off the counter, and when he lands, he doesn't land with enough damage to offset the aggression and whatever his opponent is doing. That's the problem, in my opinion, at least. When he
makes sense.
When he has the initiative, he looks much better.
It's just interesting. Like now that I think about it, because Bobby Green is like a case study of like a particular strand of development that you don't really see much in MMA fighters. He's kind of gone off the rails, but he kind of fights like nobody else. Like nobody else is doing what he's doing.
Maybe.
And it would be interesting. Yeah, but it would be interesting to see a successful version of Bobby Green at some point. Like he's the first try. Like maybe someone else comes down the line that is actually making
like that also hits after count, tries
count
shit. Like
get this lip that Bobby Green gets.
The guy's kind of had a ridiculous UFC career. First fight,
it's insane.
First fight, it was against Jacob Volkman, who I think was on like a 6 or 7 fight win streak. Then he lost the first round, then ended up submitting him. Then he fights James Krause, KOs him with a body kick. Pat Healy next, then Josh Thompson, who he beats by split decision. Then he fights Edson Barboza, Dustin Poirier, Rashid Magomedov, and Lando Venata in a row.
And a bunch of fights that fell through in the middle. Like, it's crazy.
Injuries and shit like that. Then he fights Eric Koch, Drakkar Klose, and now Trinaldo. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on from this fight. We spoke about Randy Brown. Submitted Warley Alves. Got kind of fucked up in the first round. Yeah, well, that's exactly why I picked Randy Brown. I didn't think he'd submit him.
But yeah.
Yeah, I thought he'd KO Alves. Was the decision.
Same. I thought it would be like a second or third round. Before we go on, I would also like to point out Bellator had an event, and they can go and fuck themselves. They had an event in Israel, and one of the fighters had a black sun tattoo on his elbow.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He was 19-year-old Maxim Tkachuk. For those who don't know, the black sun is a white supremacist / neo-Nazi tattoo. Had a giant one on his elbow. And his opponent was Dan Cohn, a local fighter, probably Jewish, and choked him right the fuck out. So go fuck yourself, Bellator.
Isn't your son's name Dan Cohn?
I didn't understand. Who lost?
Wait. Ben, isn't your son's name Dan Cohn?
Technically, but spelled differently.
Wait, who lost the fight? Because I didn't get it.
The Nazi piece of shit.
Oh, good. Well, then everything is good then.
Well, not really. He shouldn't have been on the card in the first place. But
no, I know, but he lost, so it's good.
Yeah. The fact that it was in Israel makes it even worse. I'm sorry. Like for me, that's fucked.
No. It's fair. Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
They weren't. They don't care.
Oof. Well, they probably didn't know either. Like,
I don't care. Vet your fucking fighters. I really am pissed. That's such bullshit.
Well, they're not betting people. That's the problem. Like, forget betting. Like, they're not even watching their social media, maybe.
I don't know.
Because I'm sure there's pictures of them. They're just irresponsible. Shit. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Anyway, props to Randy Brown. He's actually been developing really nicely. It's taken longer than we thought it would, probably, but he's still only 29. Huge fighter. 6'3", 79-inch reach or something like that.
He's getting to, like, he's developing his reach. Like, he still has a lot to go, but he's still learning.
I'm not sure how far he'll go, but
to be fair, like he got knocked out by
Nico Price, but he also lost.
That's not indicative of like anything.
Yeah, but he also lost to Bilal. Then remember the name Muhammad, and also lost to, I don't know if you guys remember Randy. Sorry, I think his name is Michael Graves.
Wait, Michael Graves is a stripper, right?
No. What? Sure. What are you talking about?
I'm sure, like on the Ultimate Fighter, they had like one of them was like a male stripper or something.
No.
I was going to say that. I was literally going to say that Michael Graves is like totally stripper name.
No, are you talking about Dakota Cochran, the guy who did porn?
No, I am not.
Hey, by the way, he beat the fuck out of Jimi Hendrix and Chris Levin. Just putting that out there.
What?
In BKFC.
What?
Dakota Cochran beat the fuck out of Jimi Hendrix and Chris Levin in BKFC.
That's true, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Well, I was gonna make a pun, but better not. Let's leave it like that. Wait, what's happening?
I don't know. I'm just. I hate MMA. Really do.
Sometimes.
No, all the time. It's just such a fucking. All right, Douglas Da Silva de Andrade made us sad by reminding us just how shot Barao is, because this is just hard to watch.
Well, it's not like
I know what you're thinking.
Ariane Lipski beat Isabella de Padua. I did not watch it. It was like the third opponent.
That was the funniest. That was the best fight on the card.
I didn't have time.
That and Chucky Olives.
I caught up.
You have to take my word for it.
I caught up on the Kraus Moraes fight and the Turman Perez fight this morning, and I watched a couple of the BKFC fights, but I didn't have. Those are all.
Let me take over for a little moment. Okay?
No.
Yes, you're gonna do that. So this fight, the Lipsky fight, and the Tracy Cortez fight are like a comedy of errors, and they were fun, like not very fun, but kind of fun, because you see people that can't get out of their own way, and at the end they kind of do a little bit, and then they win the fight, and it's like, oh, okay, like it has swings in momentum. They have swings in momentum, and they were kind of fun. But you can see that these people are super like raw, and they need a lot of time, especially Lipsky. Like Lipsky needs like a sabbatical and just not fight for a while and just train, like train wrestling, train jiu-jitsu, and have someone explain to her like how to set up shots, because a lot of the problems that she had in that fight was because she was trying things with zero setup, like a high kick, like close to the cage against an opponent that is like significantly shorter than you, that you have reach on, and you just gift her a high kick, and then
wait, I might have been not confused but mistaken. So Michael Graves fought Sabah Masi on the Ultimate Fighter, and Sabah Masi was the male stripper.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, anyway, let's move on from this fight card because I'm depressed about it. There's a lot of there was actually some good shit on the card, but it's so overshadowed by the bad shit that I just whatever.
No, there were a couple instances of fun, and then the rest was.
I'm happy that Chucky Olives got another bonus check. James Krause got a bonus check. Ricardo Ramos and Randy Brown all got bonus checks, and they deserve them. All right, let's quickly talk about Overeem Rozenstruik. So either Reem wins via being an actually really skilled heavyweight at heavyweight, or he loses because he's fucking Reem, and it's a very powerful heavyweight with at least one good counter shot.
To be fair, I don't think you need to be a very powerful heavyweight to KO Reem.
Huh? Well, yeah, but it doesn't help matters. I'm saying because Reem tends to be super gun shy when he's fighting someone who's clearly a knockout threat, as opposed to someone.
I was gonna go there because like when he fought Mark Hunt and stuff, like then like he seemed confident, and that helped his ability to fight. Yeah. And then he'll fight someone else, and like the second his confidence dips, like he turns into absolute shit.
Here's the thing, like Reem is since losing to Miocic, he's 4-2, but his two losses are to Ngannou and Blades, who are clearly actually really skilled and good light heavyweights. Well, I'm sorry, heavyweights. And, Blades is, Ngannou is-ish, sort of, I guess. Whatever, it's Ngannou. We don't need to explain him that much. But I have no idea what to expect. Like, he beat the other chinny heavyweight, Andre Arlovsky. So, what, is he going 2 for 2?
Depends. Like Overeem is an actually good striker. It's just that when he panics, he sort of like.
So let's look at it like this. Right? What is the record? What is the record of guys who knocked out Arlovsky and also beat Overeem? So we have Stipe, who beat both of them by knockout. We have Junior.
Are we really doing this like people?
Right. So Junior Dos Santos has beaten. Did he beat Andre Arlovsky? I don't actually know. I don't think he's actually ever fought Arlovsky, has he? He's never fought Arlovsky.
But Ngannou has fought them both.
Ngannou has fought them both and knocked them both out in the first round. Roy Nelson has lost to Overeem and lost to Arlovsky. So I think there's a pattern here. Stefan Struve never fought Arlovsky, I think. Ben Rothwell has lost to Arlovsky and lost to Overeem. Sorry, Overeem lost to him. Travis Brown lost to both. But Travis Brown beat Overeem and lost to Arlovsky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Although to be fair, like that Travis Brown fight was not going Travis Brown's way.
It was not.
Until Overeem gassed and like he just started spamming front kicks.
I don't even know what to say at this point. So what are we picking? Are we picking Rozenstruik by being young and powerful at heavyweight and having?
It's heavyweight. Do you ever want to pick a fight?
No, but we have to. It's our job.
I don't know.
wait for this, but I'm gonna go with. Shit is hard. Let me check Rozenstruik's.
It's
Okay.
just the Arlovsky win. There's really nothing else.
Because I'm looking at this and it's like he ends every fight relatively quickly. And like, okay, no, wait. Rising 10, he went one full round? Okay, no, like, I'm going to go with Overeem because the chance that he gets KO'd immediately are quite low. I think, like, immediately. Like, this dude is finishing people in like 30 seconds, 1 minute, something like that.
Yeah.
I have an alternate theory.
I
have an alternate theory. Overeem tries to game plan for Rozenstruik, sees all his KOs, and immediately panics out the
gate. Maybe.
So Rozenstruik
I'm gonna go with Overeem
in like 30 seconds.
Because I'm giving him the credit that maybe he won't try to bang it out. He will just stand on the outside and somehow manage to maneuver this guy to the fence, and then work from there.
Oh,
I know.
Hold on, just a quick interruption. Apparently, the gentleman's name who choked out the neo-Nazi's name is Ben Cohen. No jokes.
Oh,
nice, Ben.
But he spelled his name Cohen, so whatever.
Congratulations, Ben.
Yeah, I'm really still whatever.
So does this make you like the budget Ben Cohen?
I'm the budget Ben Cohen. I will gladly be
the budget Cohen.
I'm gonna probably pick Rozenstruik by KO just because I don't know. It's gotta the Reem situation has to end soon.
That won't though.
No, it has to keep on going forever.
His durability has been gone for like a decade now. Like, at what point do you think that the Reem situation is gonna end?
I don't know.
It's never
Cynthia Carvalho versus Marina Rodriguez.
This fight is interesting.
I would, man, Rodriguez has. They both have like good wins on their record, but not.
No, they are messy. Like this is gonna be a messy fight because
I'm probably
Marina
gonna go with
Rodriguez.
I'm gonna go with Rodriguez.
She's kind of like a budget Matt Brown, like a very primitive version of what he does.
Yeah, but that should be enough.
Calvillo, let's remember that she had. Yeah, maybe not because Cynthia Calvillo is like. She's now with. No, not a good takedown artist, but she knows enough on the feet to be stifling.
I would say she needs this fight on the ground to win this one.
The thing is, Calvillo,
she's not gonna win on the feet, but.
No, but then because she needs fights where she can outscramble her opponent to win. Calvillo needs fights where she can outscramble her.
Yes, Alejandro, he's still talking.
What?
Okay.
Alejandro couldn't hear you.
No.
Well, fuck you, Alejandro. You should listen more.
Yes.
No, but like Calvillo needs fights where she can outscramble her opponents to win because she's not that good of a striker and she's not that good of a wrestler, but she really excels in those scrambles. And like, if she can't outscramble Rodriguez because Rodriguez wants to strike, then like, I don't have much reason to pick her unless she like genuinely improved. But like, can't predict that. So, I have to go with Rodriguez.
You mean?
Yeah, well, no, Calvillo needs.
Yeah, but there's an interesting thing. Like she's training now in Phuket, top team. Like she's there with Perian, Loma, Lobonman, and a bunch of other decent fighters.
Yeah, but like it's MMA fighters. You can't predict how much they improve just by moving camps.
No, I know, but like what I'm saying is that she has an assortment of bodies now where she can train good kickboxing with, and we might see. All I'm saying is that we might see some improvement. I still remember that she did beat Jojo Calderwood in the stand-up in a really fucked up fight. Like it wasn't fun.
But Calderwood kind of can be cowed when she feels she's got to worry about the grappling. That's the problem.
Yeah, but the same thing's gonna happen with Rodriguez. Like her grappling isn't great.
It's not great, but like she's usually solid enough that it doesn't bother her that much unless
No, it's not solid. And like, her grappling isn't great.
No, but like you need to
her
kind of
takedown defense is kind of okay, but
you
more
kind of
than
need
that,
to
I wouldn't say.
You kind of need to enforce that on her and Calvillo isn't that good of a takedown threat. So, usually it's when people kind of sort of give her the scrambles in those exchanges that she comes out on top. But if you can just entirely avoid it, I don't have much of a reason to pick her. Or you can't be
No, I hear you. Like I'm not
Calvillo also
I'm not making a
Team Alpha
prediction
Male.
that Calvillo.
She's also a Team Alpha Male.
No, she doesn't.
She left? No. She's changed to Team Alpha Male. She did not leave.
No, she's not. She's not with Team Alpha Male anymore.
When did she leave? And where did she
I'm
go?
telling you, she's in Phuket right now.
Oh, you're right. She left. In May.
She left a while ago.
I just said in May.
Just after that, the Team Alpha Male, didn't they change the name to Team MMA or something?
Oh, yes, that's right. Team Alpha MMA. And then everybody kept calling them Team Alpha Male.
The reasoning was so good, though. We finally decided to change our name because we have women fighters now. Okay.
Dumbasses. All right. I guess we'll talk about the fight between Struve Rockwell and Aspen Ladd's returning against Yana Kunitskaya.
Please don't pick a heavyweight fight to discuss.
I just said Yana Kunitskaya versus Aspen Ladd. I'm 100% sure that's not heavyweight.
Okay, good.
It kind of is because bantamweight is women's heavyweight. So I don't know. This fight is weird.
Yeah, on the one hand you have someone who lost to Chris Cyborg, and on the other hand you have someone who fought a lot of women's bantamweight. So it's roughly the same fighter.
No, Kunitskaya I remember she lost to Tonya Evinger, and the thing that gave her issues was Evinger's physicality, which is something that Aspen Ladd also does, and she also beat Tonya Evinger, which shouldn't matter a lot because Tonya Evinger was kind of very eroded by then. So yeah, I'm gonna go Aspen Ladd. I think she's just gonna grab her or something. She's gonna body her basically.
Yeah, I can see that. She's also quite decent in the clinch. So, physicality aside, if you're good in the clinch and you have physical tools, it's a good combination.
Fucking hell. This card is also bad. What are we gonna talk about? Jeez. Thiago Alves is probably gonna get beaten up by Tim Means, right?
You had me really excited for 1-0 second win.
I know. Thiago Alves.
No, Thiago Santos.
You should be excited for Tim Means. Means is awesome.
Yeah.
And he was beating the shit out of Nico Price before getting Nico priced.
Again, I just do you remember Nico Price's recent statement where it's yeah, I'm practicing how to legally pull off a soccer kick by getting my opponents to do a handstand.
He's gonna probably do it. Yeah.
At the same time, fair play, but what the fuck?
You know what though? One fighter I'm gonna give that one to. It's Nico motherfucking Price.
He'll be a legend. He'll be a living legend if he pulls it off. That's instant Hall of Fame.
I love it.
I don't care if Frankie Edgar's not in the Hall of Fame. Nico Price would need to be in there the day after the fight that he pulls that off.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I've had enough. This.
Yeah, this.
Also, I would like to shout out that my cousins and brothers-in-law are all pieces of shit who don't answer their fucking chat when I ask them for shit. All of you can go and fuck yourselves. All right? Shia.
Yeah, maybe the audience needs more context.
Waishi. Seriously, all of you can eat shit, dicks, and asshole. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
What about dicks in asshole?
Two of Rissy's brothers and two of her cousins. They're now my brother-in-law and my cousins. So, all of you, suck dick, eat asshole, and eat shit.
What about dicks in asshole?
Wait, well, listen. All right, that is a little too far.
What?
I hope they sit on something really.
Isn't that the standard ingredients in wieners?
What?
What?
Well, think about it. After you're done with whatever meat, what are you gonna do with the dicks and asshole? Wieners out of it.
What are we talking about?
Making Daniel cry, damn it! All right, we're gonna head out. Thank you all for joining us. Follow us on YouTube, MMAngst Podcast. Same thing for
Yes.
SoundCloud. You can follow us on Twitter at MMAngstP. You can follow me on Twitter at Agent Ben 10. Bilal, shout out your Twitter. Alejandro, shout out your Twitter if you want.
I think mine is Dead Potato 1. I'm not quite sure.
I think you're right.
So
Alejandro?
you might follow someone.
Mine is Alejandro's. Mine is Alejandro CJ3. And expect another fucked up episode next time because the card ain't great either.
Right, but I think the card after
week.
that is good, so we can probably spend more time talking about that.
Okay. Yes.
So, the card after that is Usman Covington. Holy crap. 3 title fights.
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
Would I be giving too much away to say that I'm picking Alexander Volkanovski to beat Max Holloway?
No, I am too, but guys, I'm sorry. Jose Aldo's fighting.
What?
Think positive, Ben.
Fuck, I had forgotten about that.
He's fighting on that card. Jose Aldo's
Isn't Frankie Edgar fighting Corey Sandhagen on the
Not on that card, no. Peter Yan is fighting, though.
That's the one.
I like Peter Yan.
I called it a fight. Peter Yan is going to knock out Uriah Faber.
Oh my God.
I'm so mad. Why, Aldo? I hope he gets injured and pulls out.
Yes.
To be fair,
is it like sad laughter?
No, to be fair, if he gets injured and pulls out, he'll fight at bantamweight again. If he loses, he might decide.
What if the weight cut caused him to have to go to the hospital and then it just stops? He's done.
Okay, yeah, that might be it.
I mean, we're wishing this on Aldo because we care for him.
Yes. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Order some beef jerky.
Yes, gracias.
Bye.
Isn't that
Bye, Ben.
like the parent version of I beat your ass because I care for you?
Yeah.